Good morning, everybody. I hope this video finds you well. Today I want to talk a little bit about affirmations and affirmation campaigns. I've repeated myself many times, but I really feel like I need to express this big understanding, and the purpose of this video is exactly that. Affirmation campaigns are long duration event sequences. They're not short duration. You don't say, it's not like you just say your affirmations for a month and then they materialize the next month. It doesn't work that way. Affirmation campaigns are long duration event sequences. You don't see the results for 5, 10, 15 years. It took nearly 40 years for my Don Johnson affirmations to manifest, okay? Miami Vice. What you do is affirmations is a easy application of world line travel that gives you many options to do course corrections, as opposed to, say, a teleportation unit that puts you somewhere else. You do your affirmations, you set your seeds in place, you set your goals, and then you release them and they'll manifest because you will be on that track. That's the way it works. And I am getting a lot of people who are ready to throw in the towel, say, hey, they've been doing this for 3 whole months and they haven't seen any results yet. People, you're not going to see results unless it's an extraordinary thing. Affirmation campaigns put you in conditions on world lines that can easily achieve your desires and goals. But some of those world lines are far apart or spread far away. It took me a long time to get out of that trailer park, get out of that cycle of working, firing. Call a layoff, it's firing. I don't give a damn what you guys call it. And all the rest. It just took a long time. And you just can't say that it's going to happen quickly, because it won't happen quickly. It just doesn't happen that way. It doesn't happen quickly.
许下的承诺，保持着眼睛里的炙热，向前看万里征途辽阔，身后有最坚实的依托。
总说慌张维系不上前，我风火管他许多多跑一老拳，我虎头虎脑不卑不亢踏向前，这就是范儿龙腾虎跃开启新一年。我呼心一开笔墨纸砚台，我红爪一挥心潮转离开，我虎胆气概披棘神态来，我呼气接风一次风快哉。纵横的河流淌过时代脉搏，千年的梦萦绕着，路途穿过
水果。脚下的路绽放出花开花朵，最初的梦没变过。朝着东方翻腾起心头血热，要留下新的传说。平凡的生活什么可缺？这故事总要书写，对生活总要热烈。自己的生活，新的一年，过往的值得凝结，全新的开花迎接。
虎头一摇，精神抖擞，虎躯一震，雄威气战，真乃是虎虎生风。
世界的舞台从容登上台，时代的浩海蛟龙潜入海，梦想的夜空星河难入怀，呼吸中国范儿是我的姿态。昨天的风吹散了从前的风，今天就在我心中。明天的歌要留给时间唱诵，迎着风海阔天空。昨天的梦追寻着从前的梦，今天就在我心中。明天的路走过了春夏秋冬，我大步虎虎生风。昨天的人穿越过山海相拥，今天你我再重逢。我们迎着温暖的天边的红，相拥在世界之东。
Now, as I've said many times before, you're going through these world lines at a regular steady pace generally. Okay, around 4 world lines a second for most people, most of the time. Now, most of you will be on world line tracks and templates that were established a long, long time ago. You're on a world line pre-birth world line template, and you're following world line paths that are heavily influenced by your environment, your brothers, your sisters, your classmates, the situation you're in, your work, your colleagues. All these world lines around you are a result of all the other influences around you. You got to break out of that, and that means you have to have your affirmations take over. So let's suppose, I'm just going to give this as an example. Let's suppose that you're working in this catty environment. You've got a lot of coworkers, and they're gossiping, and they're talking a lot, and they're saying a lot of bad things about you, and there's about 50 of them. Okay, we'll say there's 15, and they talk all the time. It breaks and this and that. They're always saying bad things about you. Their verbalization of bad things has created a series of world lines that you have had to walk upon. Now, all of a sudden, you start doing these world lines, and you're like, what the hell? What's going on? Why isn't my world lines happening? Because you're thinking that you're the only one who verbalized what's going on with you. It's not. All those other people, all the things that they're saying, all that bad shit, you have to go through that now. Which is why I keep on saying, try to be neutral or try to be positive. Try to make friends. And cut yourself away from all the bad people, because they are affecting your life. So for those of you who are experiencing some of this, remember that those verbalizations by those other people are affecting you. Not their thoughts, their verbalizations. Yeah, gossip does hurt. You need a remedy, and the remedy, of course, is for you to construct your own reality, in which case you're doing it. Recognize that realities that you construct will take time to manifest. They are not a video game. They are not the internet. They are not social media. You just can't press a button and it happens. Okay? You don't become a doctor after taking one course in CPR, do you? You're not flying planes after signing up, right? These things take time. You have to go through a period of undoing world lines to get to the ones that you want to be at. And that's just the way it is. Now, some of you in the American culture, you're hungry, you go to a fast food burger and it's handed to you within 5 minutes. That's why it's called fast food. Before the advent of fast food, you would have to wait for a couple of hours before meals could be served to you. Everything is quick, and you think it's normal. It's not normal. It's abnormal. Things take time. The greater the change, the more time it will take. That's just the way it works, guys. That's just the way it is. Things take time, which is why you lay the groundwork. You do your affirmations and then you forget about it. If you are so tied up in the end result and you're pining away and worrying about when it's going to happen, it's never going to happen. You're still connected. You need that disconnect from your affirmations to make them manifest. You need that disconnect. Back in the 1980s and the 1990s, when I was watching Miami Vice and watching Don Johnson, go after the bad guys and all this, and I liked that lifestyle. It was so damn cool. New cars, nice outfits, beautiful girls, tropical beaches, and all that. It appealed to me. It appealed to a lot of people. That's why it became a top show in the States. But that reality was so far away from the real reality that I was experiencing that it took a long time to get there. On every aspect. I was living in the desert undergoing training for Majestic when I was watching that stuff. I was living in the desert, not in the warm, tropical, sandy beaches. After my training, I was living in mobile homes, not nice mansions, big buildings on coasts. I was driving a beat-up van or beat-up RX-7. It was just, these were used cars that were constantly breaking down on me. I wasn't driving nice new cars that never gave me any headaches. Something like wearing fashionable clothes, and that was easy. You go to a store and you buy some clothes for $100 or something. That was no problem. The problem for me was finding it, because the kind of clothes that was fashionable and great wasn't available in small town America at that time. You had to go to the cities, the malls in the cities, and find a place that would cater to the latest styles. So you have to go through this to go through that. It's the process. It's the process. Some of the things that you want in your affirmations may happen soon. That's why I tell everybody to add some telltales to see if you're on the right track. You don't know how far your goals are. They may be very near to you, or they may be very far from you, but telltales will tell you whether or not you're tracking your desires and your objectives properly. You have to use telltales. Those are very, very important. And so regardless of whether or not you see results, this is the basic rules. Number one, affirmation campaigns are long-term duration projects. They last years and decades. If you want fast food results, you eat fast food. But if you want worldline travel, you do your affirmations, you seed them out, then you run a dwell followed by another campaign, and you keep on doing them. You don't stop, you don't give up, and you just move forward on it. That's the first most important thing. This is not fast food. Campaigns take time. Number two, if you decide to abort a campaign, if you decide to say, okay, campaigns are not working for me, I'm giving up on campaigns, you will find that everything will revert to the craziness that you had to begin with. But there will be a point in time where you'll be like, hey, affirmations seem to be working. I remember I had an affirmation that was sort of like this. You'll see that. That will happen. So don't, once you get started on the path of campaigns, you just keep them up. Number three, you are affected by your worldline pre-birth template, your template, whatever template you're on, you are affected by that. Your life is affected by that template. And all the other things other people may have said or done to you or whatever in that past, you have to fight over it. All kinds of stuff. You spend 5 years in prison, you're going to have to undo the thoughts and the vocalizations of all those people you were with in prison before you can get any kind of break. That's just the way it works, guys. I'm sorry. It's not like you go to prison and you're out and everything's hunky-dory. You can never go back to the pre-prison environment once you leave. You're forever changed. So you have to accept that as a reality. That's just the way it is. That's your reality. And remember, guys, while you can change your experiences and you can change your adventure, you cannot change the duration of life. You cannot affirm that you're going to live for 300 years and you'll live for 300 years, okay? There are biological and situational necessities that are attached with your adventure here in this environment. So you just deal with it, what you have, and you do the best you can with what you have. And then you don't worry about it, okay? Okay, that's pretty much the message that I want to give today. I'm starting my dwell campaign, my 4-month dwell campaign. I'm doing 3-4 campaigns right now, and it's a bit of a relaxing spell for me because my life has gone batshit crazy over the last couple of months. Things have started to unwind. There will reach a saturation point, people, where all these affirmations will start churning, and it will be a lot of change. Those of you who have been following MM for some time will know that the way to guarantee that changes are happening is the amount of discomfort in your life. Affirmation campaigns will cause discomfort because it will cause change. Change is always discomforting. So you know that when things don't seem to be going well, that's because changes are happening. That's the way it works. And you'll see things unwind. What you don't want, you will not see a nice, these kind of science fiction expectations. It won't happen. So my advice, my words of advice to everybody is that you be patient, recognize you're on long duration event sequences and you're doing long duration course corrections. The routes that you are laying down are for things that'll happen years in the future, not tomorrow. And when they do manifest, there will be discomfort because you're going to have to get to that point in time, and it's going to be a little discomforting, but it will happen. And remember, you're not fighting what you thought or said or did in the past. You're fighting what you did in the past and everybody around you for all those years. You're fighting all that shit. And that's something you have to deal with. And however you handle it, just remember, stay the course, do your affirmations, just move forward. Things will work out fine. They always will. Just be calm, careful, and focused. And you'll be fine. And you know why? Because people, I believe in you. That's why.